intelligent are not those who give good advices, but the ones who listen to them. If you're gonna hear me talking during the next minutes, it means that I'm the less intelligent here. During our lives, many things are learned after making mistakes. And the first Cafe Racer project is no different. My intention here is not to make you change your mind, but only alert to the most common mistakes that any beginner usually can't predict. Welcome to Racer TV. Some of the things you are about to know, I learned with my own mistakes, and others from what I have seen during past years. So let's begin with one of the most common. If you're an amateur, do not try to paint the main parts on your own. A good paint job is an art that requires a lot of experience and professionalism. Because during the preparation and painting process, there are a lot of things that can go wrong. And the most frustrating thing is that you will only know it at the end of the job. This doesn't mean that you can't paint small parts. And if you have some experience, you can even paint the whole frame structure. But with respect to the main parts, such as the fuel tank, fenders, or side covers, let a professional do the work for you. These parts are like the main clothes of a person. They are probably the first thing that will shine in front of your eyes. And that's why a perfect paint job is so important. One of the things to avoid is being careless. Do not make decisions without thinking about the details. I'm not talking about decorative things, such as artistic paintings, or the turn signal's color. I'm talking about details, such as the size of each part, and how it will fit in the bike. Because these are the little things that will bring quality to your project. Don't expect that everything will fit together. Check all measurements before buying any parts or accessories. Try to use Photoshop and see how they will fit into the final project. This way, you will avoid unpleasant surprises, and everything will seem nicely done. Another thing that some people usually do is choosing the wrong base bike. Some do it because they already have it, and others buy it because it's cheap. And my advice is to avoid starting a Cafe Racer project with a very difficult base motorcycle. In some cases, it's achievable, but it will require much more work and money than if you had started with the right bike. In the end, it may not be as good as expected, and it will not even be worth the money that was spent during the project. On bikes like these, it's always preferable to use them for a scrambler, a dirt tracker, or even a street tracker project. A common mistake is also being too ambitious. Avoid starting a major project or thinking big if your budget is low. Because if you do so, that's exactly what you will get. A big and ambitious project. Apparently unfinished. If you have a low budget, it's always preferable to invest a little more in the beginning. And buying a simple and reliable motorcycle that will require only a few changes to be a good cafe racer. And with time, you will be able to save more money and finish the project exactly as you dreamed one day. And here is the last error, but not least. Never try to build a cafe racer machine with the goal of impressing others. Because in the end, that's exactly the message that you will transmit. A flashy motorcycle that appears to have been designed just to impress others. There's a big difference between bikes built to impress and really impressive motorcycles. And the most curious is that the path to achieve impressive bikes is usually the opposite. In other words, the search for simplicity and discreetness. This can also be applicable in our lives. Don't make things to impress people that you don't know and which you don't even like. And with a cafe racer machine, it works the same way. The best person to impress is only yourself. And only you will be the judge of that. Thank you for watching Racer TV. And as always, I hope to see you next week.